English Rise Podcast.
Easy listening and speaking practice. Do you ever forget new English words just seconds after you study them? What if I told you there's a simple story trick that can help you remember them much, much better? Hi, welcome.
Hello! Yeah, that feeling is so common. You learn a word, then poof, it's gone. Today we'll share an easy memory hack you can use right away.
Welcome to the English Rise podcast. Easy English listening and speaking practice to help you build fluency and confidence. I'm your host, Emma and Alex. In today's episode, Improve Your Memory with this hack, we're going to share a simple mini story method you can use to remember English words, phrases, and even expressions more easily.
We'll show you one powerful memory trick, give clear examples, and we'll practice together. So put on your headphones, find a quiet place for a few minutes, and let's do this.
First, a little truth. Many learners think, my memory is bad. But usually the problem is not your brain. Right, Alex?
Right, your brain is fine. The problem is the way we try to remember. We read lists, we repeat words, and we expect them to stick. But repeating boring things is boring for the brain.
Yes, your brain remembers pictures, stories, and feelings much better than simple words on a page. You don't have a bad memory. You have a normal memory using a boring method.
Okay, 3 simple ideas to help. Attention, what you notice, storing, how you keep it, and remembering, how you get it back. Today's hack helps with storing and remembering, mostly.
Imagine you hear a phone number once. You forget it, but you hear a funny story about someone dropping a phone in a cake, and you remember that story for years. Same brain, different method.
Exactly. So now the big question, what is the mini story memory method? I'll let Emma explain slowly.
The many story memory method is simple. Take a word you want to remember, turn it into a small, funny, or strange story in your mind. Use pictures, movement, and feelings in the story. That is it.
We have 3 simple principles to follow. Picture it. Change the word into a picture in your head. Make it strange. Make the picture funny or weird. Connect it. Put it in a short story with things you already know. Short and sweet.
Why does it work? Because our brains love stories and pictures. When you make a mini story, your brain thinks, this is interesting. I will remember this. So you get stronger memory without hours of boring study.
All right, time for live practice. This part is important. Speak out loud with us. If you can, pause the episode when we ask. Ready, Emma?
Ready. We will use 5 simple words. Cat, window, rain, bus, teacher. I will say each word clearly 2 times. Please repeat after me. First word, cat, cat. Pause.
Cat, cat.
Second word, window, window, window.
Window, window, window.
Third word, rain, rain, rain. Pause.
Rain, rain, rain.
Fourth word, bus, bus, bus.
Bus, bus.
Fifth word, teacher, teacher, teacher. Great. Now, close your eyes if you like. Imagine a short, silly story that includes all 5 words in order. I will tell one slowly. Listen, and then we will pause and you will say the words from memory.
Here we go. Imagine a big orange cat is jumping out of your window. The cat is wet. Outside, there is heavy rain. The cat runs down the street and jumps into a bus. The bus driver is your English teacher, shouting, "Why is there a cat on my bus?"
Again, slowly, with small pauses so you can imagine each picture. A big orange cat is jumping out of your window. Heavy rain pours down. The cat runs into a bus. The bus driver is your English teacher, shouting, "Why is there a cat on my bus?" Say that last part with me. Why is there a cat on my bus?
Now, open your eyes if they were closed. Say the 5 words from memory in order: cat, window, rain, bus, teacher. Say them out loud. I'll wait. Say them once more.
If you remembered the list, congratulations! You remembered because of the story, not because you've suddenly got a new brain. If you forgot one word, that's okay. Make the story bigger or stranger next time.
Quick tip. If one word feels weak, add movement or sound. Maybe the cat meows loudly, or the bus honks. The more sensory details, the stronger the memory.
Now, let's talk about practical uses. You can use the mini story hack for new vocabulary, for phrases and expressions, and for short lists like steps for an exam.
Now, let's talk about new vocabulary. For word bridge, make a quick mini story. You are walking to school, the road is broken, then a giant bridge grows from the ground and says, "Walk on me." Say it out loud. It's silly, and that helps.
Example 2. Phrases and expressions. Think about break the ice to start a conversation. Story. You're at a quiet party. You take a big piece of ice and smash it on the table. Everyone laughs and starts talking. Now the phrase break the ice will feel easy to remember.
Example 3. Short lists or steps. Suppose you need to remember listen, repeat, record, review. Picture a person with big ears listening to music. Then they repeat the song into a recorder, then press play and review notes. Turn each step into a picture and link them.
A small activity. Pick one new word you learned this week. Pause this episode now. Make a short mini story for that word. Say the story out loud in simple English. Come back when you are ready. Welcome back.
How was it? Did you make it funny? Good. If your story felt silly, perfect. Silly helps your memory. If your story was short, that's fine too. The goal is to connect the word to a picture and feeling.
Make this a daily habit. Very short practice, just 5 minutes a day, can change your memory. Here is a simple routine. Choose 3 to 5 new words. Make one quick picture or mini story for each. Say the word and the story out loud. And at the end of the day, try to remember them by replaying your mini stories.
If you have 5 minutes, do 3 words. If you have 10, do 5 words. Keep it small. Small routines last longer. Remember, consistency matters more than time.
Troubleshooting. If you forget a word tomorrow, don't worry. Make the story bigger. Add movement or a strong emotion like surprise or laughter. Or connect the word to a real person or place you know. That helps a lot.
Another tip, record your mini story on your phone. Listen to it once before sleep. Sleep helps memory. But even without recording, just saying the story out loud is powerful.
Let's do one more short practice together. This time, we'll practice a short phrase, break the ice. Say the phrase with me slowly. Break the ice. Now close your eyes and imagine the party. You smash a big ice block on the table. People laugh. Conversation starts. Say the phrase again. Break.
Break the ice. Break the ice. Fantastic! If you speak it now, you're training both memory and pronunciation. Win-win!
A small story about one of my students, Maria from Spain, used the mini story method to learn 10 new travel words before a short trip. She made silly pictures for each word while walking in the park. When she arrived in the city, she remembered almost all the words and felt confident. She said, "Emma, it felt like a game."
I love that. One of my students, Jamal, used the method for collocations, words that go together, like make a decision. He pictured himself physically making a large paper decision, folding it like origami. The image stuck. He said he felt calmer in meetings. Small stories, big results.
I love that. Okay, quick recap. You don't need a perfect memory. You need a better method. The mini story memory method. Picture it, make it strange, and connect it in a story. Use it for vocabulary, expressions, and short lists.
Remember the cat window rain bus teacher story? That little story helped you store 5 separate words in one simple scene. Try it again later with your own words.
Make it daily. 5 words a day, 5 minutes. Say the stories out loud and review them the next day. Silly is strong. Strange is strong. Your brain will thank you.
Before we go, a little encouragement. Learning English takes time. Every small step you take is helping you improve. If you miss a day, that's okay. Start again. Be kind to yourself.
Thank you for listening today. Remember, learning English takes time, and that's okay. Every small step you take is helping you improve. If you enjoyed this podcast, come back again and keep practicing with us. We'll keep learning together. English Rise Podcast. Easy listening, better speaking, rise higher. See you in the next episode.